Hello everyone, I hope you people are doing well. So I welcome you in today's session in which we will talk about the second method of reproduction in plants, that is vegetative reproduction. So far we have learned about the meaning and importance of reproduction in plants. Also, we discussed about the first method of reproduction in plants, that is through their seeds. These seeds are found inside the fruit. But there are a number of plants which do not bear any fruits at all. So how do these plants reproduce? Now here a question arises. Is it possible to grow some plants without seeds? Now, in such cases, vegetative reproduction comes into play. Now, what do we mean by vegetative reproduction? In many plants, reproduction takes place through other parts of the plant, which can be stem, leaf, or root. These parts of the plant are known as vegetative parts of the plant. And when plants are reproduced through these vegetative parts, the method is known as vegetative reproduction. So we can say that the type of reproduction in which a new plant arises from some part of the plant without the involvement of seeds is called vegetative reproduction. Now the question is, why is the method of vegetative reproduction important? It is so because it is an easier and a faster method of increasing the number of the same kind of plant. This method is also very helpful for growing plants like banana which bear no seeds at all. Now let us discuss how the different parts of a plant are involved in the process of vegetative reproduction. So the first type is reproduction through underground stem. Now many new plants are also grown from stems. The stem is usually taken from the parent plant or the main plant that has buds on them. New plants grow from these buds. There are plants like banana, ginger, onion and potato which are grown by this method. Here in this picture you can clearly see a new plant arising from the underground stem of a ginger. Now let us look at another example of a potato. You might have observed it at home that when you leave a potato at room temperature for a few days, it starts to develop small buds. What are these? These small buds are known as eyes. These buds can grow into new plants and help in reproduction. Now our next method of reproduction is by stem cutting. New plants can also be grown by using the stem cutting of a grown-up plant. Plants like rose, grapes, sugarcane and bougainvillea can be grown from their stem cuttings. In this method, the stem is usually cut at an angle. Then the cut portion or the cutting of the stem is planted. Then the new plant grows. Our next method of reproduction is through root. Roots also help in vegetative reproduction. In sweet potato, buds appear on the roots which can grow into new plants. Other plants like dahlia and asparagus are placed in water. Then many roots appear at the lower ends and shoots appear at the upper end. This is how new plants arise from the root itself. So there are many plants that reproduce through their leaves. In bryophyllum, the leaves are thick and fleshy and have many buds along their edges. When these small buds get detached from the leaf and fall on the ground, they develop into new plants. So now let us watch a video to summarize what we have learned so far in this topic, reproduction in plants.
Vegetative reproduction. Vegetative reproduction is the simplest because here a new plant grows from the roots, stem or leaves. Roots. See the sweet potato plant. The food material is stored in the root. This can give rise to a new plant. Stem. Plants like sugarcane and potato bear small buds at nodes which grow into a new plant. Leaves. See this. It's very interesting. The bryophyllum leaf itself produces buds which develop into new plant when it falls from the parent plant.
And what about the artificial method of vegetative reproduction?
Artificial vegetative reproduction is done by stem cutting, layering and grafting. Stem cutting. The stems of plants like rose are cut bearing a bud. These are planted in soil to get new plants. Layering. See this jasmine plant. Its lower branches are buried under soil which then develops new roots which is later separated from the parent plant. Grafting. Here, two different types of plants are joined together by tying a knot.
I hope that you understood the topic that we discussed today. And your homework for today is you have to read the topic from the book. We will discuss about the next topic, that is seed dispersal, in the next session.